Our chief guest is here. It's my distinct honor to welcome Joseph Murabula back on stage, to welcome our keynote speaker to make her address. Karibu. Let's appreciate Bwana Murabula.
Our chief guest, our Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Forestry and Climate Change, Dr. Deborah Mlongo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning once more. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah. In this session, my job is very, very easy, and basically just to welcome the CS to be able to make her remarks as it is. But before I do that, Honorable CS, allow me to make just a few 30-second remarks in terms of what the work that KCIC does with the ministry. I need to mention that the Ministry of Environment is our parent ministry, so to speak. While we are a private organization, we come from a public background, and that public background was actually midwifed by the Ministry of Environment with the support of the World Bank, 2012 then. And since then, we've always worked together in terms of policy, in terms of logistics, and in terms of convenings to ensure that the climate message is out there for everybody as it is. So we are very grateful for the support that the ministry continues to give us, and I hope that we'll continue to work together, especially to be the Kenya's voice across the entire continent as it is. As Kenya Climate Innovation Center, we were the first in the network of climate innovation centers across the world, and we have been the mentor to climate innovation centers across Africa. The one in Nigeria was set up directly by ourselves, and we continued to work with the one in Ghana and the ones in South Africa to ensure that then climate technologies and climate innovations can find support seamlessly across the entire continent. In June this year, we did a Pan-African strategy, and now we are hoping to be a Pan-African catalyst for climate entrepreneurship, supporting climate enterprise across the entire continent. And for us to be able to do that, as we discussed in the last session, we need finance, that is money, we need knowledge and skills, and we need policy. And so our ask of the ministry, as you continue to support us, is to support alignment of policies across the entire continent, working with your other African colleagues, align policy to ensure that everything can be able to be done across the continent as one single homogeneous market, because climate change does not know borders as it is. So thank you very much. So now it's my pleasure to welcome on stage our Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, the Honorable Dr. Deborah Mlongo.
Thank you so much for having me here. My sincere apologies for coming late. We had quite a number of meetings in the morning that were overlapping, but I wouldn't miss it for the world. This is quite an innovation that we need in Africa. And so Mr. Joseph Murabula, CEO, Kenya Climate Innovation Center, and the convener of this workshop, Dr. Alex Mubiru, Country Manager, Africa Development Bank, John Masharia, Country Manager, Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, Bodo Iming, Country Director, GIZ, Kimiayo Fan, Country Director, World Bank, Her Excellency Ambassador Henrietta Geiga, EU Ambassador to Kenya, Your Excellency Ambassador Stefan Schoenemann, Ambassador for Denmark, and Ambassador Ali Mohammed, Kenya's Special Envoy, distinguished guests, partners, leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my honor as the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry to join you today in this very important conference that acts as a continental platform designed to mobilize capital, build partnership, and scale climate-smart enterprises across Africa. On behalf of the Government of Kenya and the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, and on my behalf, I welcome you all to Nairobi, Africa's vibrant green capital for the second African Climate Investment Summit. Let me acknowledge the Kenya Climate Change Innovation Center for their efforts in organizing this event. You have convened all of us here to discuss a very pertinent issue: access to climate finance. This is a demonstration of great leadership, which I hope is motivated by the need for Africa to leverage on the global massive shift in investment, innovation, and infrastructure as we seek to turn vulnerability to investment opportunities. Africa is a continent endowed with unparalleled natural capital. We hold the world's highest solar and wind energy potential. Our vast forest and carbon sinks, like the Carbon Basin, serve as the lungs of the planet. Our mineral resources are the very building blocks of the global green transition. And most importantly, we are home to the youngest, most dynamic, and most innovative workforce in the world. To convert this reality into opportunities, we need predictable and adequate financing. However, the reality is that in Africa, climate finance has become both the key to and a barrier against investment and climate action. Finance is insufficient, inequitably distributed, and often debt-creating. Access is slow and complex, and domestic mobilization is weak. As a result, Africa's climate ambition remains largely unfunded, deepening its vulnerability and climate shocks. Despite this reality, here in Kenya, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, we have made a decisive choice. We are actively positioning ourselves as a global hub of climate action, innovation, and investment. We have a golden thread running through our entire national economic blueprint, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. We understand, as Professor Wangari Maathai taught us, that the environment and the economy are two sides of the same coin. A healthy environment is the bedrock of a prosperous economy. Our ambition is codified in Kenya's second nationally determined contribution for 2031-2035. The full implementation of our NDC requires an estimated $62 billion. The government of Kenya, through our domestic resources, has committed to mobilizing 19% of this cost, and the remaining $45 billion is the reason we are all here in this room today. We present it to you as a direct, bankable, and transformative investment opportunity for the private sector leaders, the fund managers, and the financiers gathered here. The Kenyan government is building the regulatory and financial architecture to attract you and secure your investment. We have recently finalized our climate change regulations 2025, that's carbon trading, creating a predictable, transparent, and world-class legal framework to unlock the immense potential of carbon markets. We are developing policies to incentivize green bonds, to promote innovative financing mechanisms, and to streamline public-private partnership in the climate space. Our message to the global investment community is clear and unwavering. Kenya is open for green business. We have policy certainty and regulatory stability. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I am well aware that it is the entrepreneurs, the innovators, the SMEs, many of whom will be pitching in the deal rooms of this summit, who build the vehicle that will drive climate investment. They are the engine of this transformation, translating ambition into action. One solar panel, one drought-resistant seed, and one recycled product at a time. The core purpose of this summit must therefore be to create a functional bridge between our continent's policy ambition with the innovators and the global capital that is ready to be deployed. Therefore, my call to action to you today is threefold. First, to the investors, look beyond the outdated headlines of risk. See Africa for what it is, the world's most promising emerging market for green investment. Partner with us and let us generate competitive returns while building a resilient world. Second, to our brilliant innovators, you are the heart of this summit. You are the proof that Africa's solutions are not only viable, but are globally competitive. Continue to challenge the status quo, to disrupt and to build. You are creating the high-value jobs of the 21st century, and you have our government's full support. And third, to our development partners, your role in de-risking investment, providing technical assistance, and building institutional capacity is more critical than ever. Let us collaborate to perfect the blended finance models and guarantee investment that will crowd in the trillions of dollars of private capital required to meet this moment. Finally, let this summit be the moment we begin to build the financial architecture for a new green Africa. Let it be defined not by speeches, but by deals sealed, not by pledges, but by projects funded. Let it be the moment we collectively start to close Africa's climate finance gap together. So it is now my distinct honor and profound pleasure to declare the African Climate Investment Summit 2025 officially open. Thank you very much.
Mr. Murabula, please join us for a quick photo here with the CS, and then we shall be good to go. CS, please, just make your way to the center. Yeah. My camera crew, are we ready? Looks like we're home and dry. Thank you. Thank you very much, CS. Asante sana for gracing our official opening this morning into afternoon. Thank you very much. Let's appreciate the Cabinet Secretary one more time. And as the Cabinet Secretary did indicate, she is on a very tight schedule, and therefore at this juncture, I would like to invite Mr. Murabula to usher her into the exhibition section, where she will have an opportunity to interact with some of the material that is present there, and therefore that exit will be done via this exit to my right on that side. So the Cabinet Secretary will be ushered into the exhibition section to get a look and feel of what it is that has been put together. For those who have been part of this conversation on television, thank you so much for joining us. The Cabinet Secretary for Environment and Climate Change has just officially opened the Africa Climate Investment Summit 2025, and that is Honorable Dr. Deborah Barasa, who has been part of us this morning. We shall keep on with the conversation happening here. You can catch it on all online platforms of the Nation Media Group. Thank you if you were joining us via broadcast.